Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and today I thought I would show you some of my makes from October, November and December. I'm not going to show you all of the makes from these 3 months just because most of them are probably not that interesting, and there were also quite a lot of them because I made quite a few things for the Gift to November challenge that was in November, and also a lot of like Christmas presents and all of that. So I have picked out some of the makes that I made over the last 3 months, and I thought I would talk a little bit about that today. So yeah, and I also wanted to have a little chat with you, like a Twixmas update, if you will. And yeah, let's get started. So it is the 30th of December, so tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And I kind of wanted to make one last video of 2024 and check in with you. So if you have celebrated Christmas, I hope you've had a lovely holiday and that, you know, you've had some downtime and some time with your family or friends, or, you know, maybe some sewing time and good food and all of those things. I certainly have. I kind of collapsed a little bit on, you know, Christmas Day because our big night was Christmas Eve and we had a lovely evening. But due to all the stress in December and my husband traveling and I had one of my bouts of sleeplessness, you know, and all of that, I kind of, yeah, all the air was let out of the balloon. So yeah, I mean, and the next few days after that, I had a lot of downtime, like watching Christmas movies, like one after another, basically, on Netflix, and going for some like short walks out to get some sunlight, and yeah. But I feel much more like myself now that I've had some days to kind of recover from all of that. And yeah, we've had some great gatherings with my lovely family and everything, and I feel truly grateful for all of them. So yeah, I've had really, in many ways, a very quiet Christmas, but I've also, you know, had some time with my family and everything, like very casually, and not having to dress up for any big parties or anything. So yeah, I've relaxed, and I kind of wish I had another week of this just to kind of get fully powered up again for the new year. But you know, there we are. It is Monday now and I start work on Thursday. So yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of check in with you and yeah, follow up a little bit from Vlogmas. So if you followed my Vlogmas, thank you so much for watching my Vlogmas. There were a lot of people doing Vlogmas this year, and I didn't have time to follow more than a couple for all the episodes, but I've had some downtime now and I've been catching up on some videos from some other people who did Vlogmas. Okay, so let's get on to the makes, shall we? I apologize for the light in here. We're sort of in the middle of the blue hour, as we usually call it here. So as you can see outside, it is now, you know, soon dark, and it is 4 p.m. So it's not completely dark yet, but it's getting there. And the lighting in my living room is not great for that. But, you know, this was the time that I had alone in the house where I could actually record something. So yeah, there we are. Okay, so let's talk some makes. I am going to start with my latest make that I actually finished yesterday, and this was on my make 9 list, and I will get back to you in the new year with kind of a summary of my make 9 2024, but this was on my make 9 list and I have been putting it off all year. What I'm talking about is my new jeans, and it is the Chalk and Notch Aisle jeans. And it's not going to be very easy for me to show them to you right now, but I do hope that to be able to get a picture or something, so that I can show you in more detail. But so these are the Chalk and Notch Aisle jeans. They are high-waisted and they're quite fitted through the hips. And then there are 2 leg options. So there's one is wide leg, and then there's one that's sort of what's the word? Bootleg. The reason that I've been putting it off for so long to make these jeans is that it is a very different kind of construction for these jeans. As you may know, if you've followed my channel for a while, I love making jeans, and I had a jeans collab with the lovely Rachel from the French Seams over in Ireland earlier this autumn, where we made the Ash jeans by Megan Nielsen. And the thing that really makes the Aisle jeans that I just made a very different construction is that there's no waistband in that sense. There's a waistband facing, so yeah, but it makes the whole zip construction it's a very different technique. And frankly, even though I love chalk and notch patterns, they're well drafted and everything, I didn't really think that these zip instructions were very clear. I did have a look at their sew along on their blog. That helped a little bit, but what really helped me in the end was that they actually had some video instructions on the zip. However, they had posted those as stories on Instagram. So first of all, it wasn't that easy to find them, and also if you have video sew-alongs, I do prefer them as an entire YouTube video, because that makes it so much easier to pause and re-watch and everything instead of like stories. So yeah, but you know, I was able to do it, and the zip went in fine, and there were no puckers or anything like that, so it went in fine, but it took a while to wrap my head around getting the zip right, seeing as it is a very different construction than all my other jeans. So yeah, that took a while, really. So I think the jury is kind of out on these jeans yet. I think they would have fitted better if I had made them in better quality denim. As I said back when we did the Ash collab, the quality of the denim is everything. Again, I can do like a good pattern review if you're interested, but I think also the pocket placement on these are not right for my body type. So, I mean, the pockets on the front, there are patch pockets on the front. So they're not really, you know, I can't put anything in here. Not that I usually do either, but the pockets on the back are really high up. They're all the way up there. They should be like there. So, ooh, I hadn't noticed that before. I wonder what that is. Huh. Weird. So yeah, my tip is get good quality denim. So this is my latest make. Let's have a look at some of the others. So these are not in any particular order, but I did pull out a few makes that perhaps I haven't talked so much about before. So yeah. First of all, this is my first and only so far hinterland dress by So Liberated. And this was one of those phenomena that just happened in the sewing world when it was released, and it felt like I was the last person in the world to make these or to make this dress. But this is the Hinterland dress, and I made them in a viscose linen that my husband got me when he traveled to Algeria earlier this year. And there is a little Rosy Cheeks label in there. And I used some buttons that I got at my local fabric store. I made the version that has waist ties. Yeah, I haven't really worn this as much as I thought I would. I feel, what's the word? I feel a little bit like a gran in this. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it wasn't really the style that I had hoped for. But I did make this in October, and it was really too cold to wear it without tights at that time. And seeing as it has a 3/4 length sleeve, I felt like I needed something over it too. So I do think that when, you know, spring, summer arrives and I can wear this bare-legged, I think that will actually help with the granny vibe. The next make that I thought I'd show you is this really cozy sweater that I have worn a lot since I made it. And this is a hack of the Sew House 7 toaster sweater. Which is one of my favorite patterns, as you can probably see, because I'm also wearing a toaster. But this time I hacked it so that I inserted a sort of 1/4 length zip in the front. It's not my neatest job there, but you know, I had to practice. And I was able to get a really bad pucker here in the front that I could not get rid of because I had cut too much out, like too wide a space in the front to fit the zipper. So I just placed this little Cozy Club handmade tag over it, or label over it. And now it sort of looks like it was meant to be that way. At least I think so. The other hack that I did was that I didn't put the waistband on. I just lengthened it and hemmed it like a normal sweater. And I have worn this a lot because it is oversized and very cozy. So I made this in sweatshirting, which kind of has a fleecy back, so it's really lovely to wear. I do think that I am going to try this hack again and then not even have a hemband or a sleeve band on, but just lengthen the sleeve and hem. So it has a very like clean finish. That's what I'm going to do the next time. My next make is this Donnie shirt by Friday Pattern Company that I have also worn a lot in December. I made this in November with the remnants after I had made my girls matching pajama bottoms. And I had this remnant that I could just about squeeze out a Donnie shirt in. And I didn't have enough for the inner yoke, so I just used some green viscose that I had lying around for that. I also put a little label on this that says In Omnia Puratus, prepared for anything or ready for anything. And this is a label from Intensely Distracted, I think. So yeah, and this is cotton flannel and it's really, really cozy to wear. Not my colors, but I couldn't care less really because I really wanted a cozy like indoor shirt that I could use. The final make that I'm going to show you now is something that I made for Upcycled, the challenge that was run in October, I think. And I made this I Am Patterns Hathor vest, and I used the technique that I think it was Raf from the Sewing Bee used. So I had a lot of unsalvageable jeans lying around that were just too broken to be repaired with a patch, if that makes sense. So I cut a lot of those up, and yeah, I stitched together all of these things, and I used the same technique that Raf used. So this will unravel more and more as we go along. And I just bound the seams with some bias binding, and I didn't have enough, so then I had to patch this little piece too. But that's sort of, you know, the image of this vest. And then on the back I put in a couple of birds and a little sun. So yeah, so this vest I really wanted to try the technique, you know, and it isn't really supposed to be something that I wear like to anything in particular. So I've been using it around the house when it's just a little bit too chilly for a long sleeve t-shirt, but not chilly enough for a woolen sweater, if that makes sense. So it's been great as a kind of like layering piece when I've been mooching around the house. So yeah, those were some of my makes from October, November and December. As I said, I made a lot more things. So I made pajama bottoms for my girls. I made matching sweatshirts for my nieces. I made a shirt for the national costume for my sister. That took a lot of time. So yeah, I didn't get all the time to make anything else. But I have also made a shirt for my husband. I haven't taken a picture of him in that yet, but it fitted and he looks absolutely smashing in his new Wardrobe by Me Jensen shirt that I talked about earlier in Vlogmas. So he wore that yesterday to a family gathering with the waistcoat that I made him earlier this year. So yeah, he looked very, very nice, as he always does. Before I let you go, I really want to ask you what you would like to see on this channel in 2025, because of course I want to make videos that you will want to watch. So yeah, I mean, what would you prefer? Would you prefer like pattern reviews or fabric hauls, or you know, makes or plans, or like, is there anything in particular that you would like to watch? Do you like those kind of my favorite like patterns, like top 5 sweatshirts? Or please let me know what you really fancy seeing. So this is going to be my last video of 2024, and it is difficult to sum up a whole year in just a few sentences. It has meant so much to me to be a part of this creative community and all the lovely support that we who sew and craft things are showing each other. And I almost without exception get a lot of positive feedback on my videos, and that means the world to me. And you guys are the loveliest viewers, and I have gotten really fond of all of you. So with that, I'm going to say bye-bye 2024 and Happy New Year to all of you. See you in 2025. Bye.